Welcome to another episode of the Modern Couples podcast. In this episode, I want to talk about my most recent longevity and biohacking routines, sharing my own experience and just taking you along as over the last 2 years in particular, I've been sharing more on my health, fitness, and nutritional journey because, and that is why this is also so relevant for modern couples, it is scientifically proven. I don't think we need science for it, but it is scientifically proven that the fitter or healthier or trained you are, the more your relationship benefits from it. And so it is almost as if the more you inhabit your body, the easier it is to be balanced, but also the easier it is for you to work through challenges. As you do that with your body, you have something to orient you towards in a moment of hardship in the relationship. So we can translate something that we experienced in our body, for example, of working out until you actually manage to do the pull-up, to the relationship where you try new approaches to having more effective conversations, and you keep doing and you keep showing up and you keep trying until eventually it works. And so there is a correlation, and I love to, take a learning from one area of life and take it into the other. So just briefly, about a year ago, I looked deeply into the world of nutrition. Anything that I share here is just based on my own experience as a now 39-year-old woman. And I experienced over my lifetime a lot of difficulties finding routines and approaches that really fit to my being and that meet me where I'm at and that are targeted towards my life cycle that I'm currently in. And so I think for everything I share, this is not a recommendation for you to do the same. It's more so an inspiration to look into these areas as they were helpful for me. You might find them helpful or not. Please always check with your doctor. None of this is any medical advice whatsoever. So I'm just sharing my curious self and the insights in a condensed version. I have online my favorite healthy choices biohacking and longevity protocol, where you can look a bit more, where you can also easily navigate into areas that you are interested in. Look, like as an example, if you go on that website and check the category hair, the hair category is very much centered on my hair, which is a different structure, having some African American and also German structures in there. So it's very particular. I use different shampoo for my hair. With that in mind, about 2 years ago, I started really working out. I wanted to get into the fittest shape yet. I ran a marathon. It was amazing. Afterwards, my trainer said, your body is really built for weightlifting. Let's start doing heavy weightlifting and grow those muscles, which also meant a reduction in running, significant reduction to no running whatsoever. And as we did that, my desire to eat protein increased. And so eventually last year, I looked into nutrition. I really wanted to understand better what my body needs, because the amount of protein that I was craving, while at the same time noticing that my hair would lose shine and volume, and my skin would get better and would not get better, and I would get more sick more often, led me to think, well, maybe I'm just not meant to eat any animal products, just as I have for the past 12 years. And I did not want to surrender quite yet to that belief, because I felt that there is a deeper understanding needed in my body. And so what I did about a year ago is I got myself a glucose monitor, continuous glucose monitor. I started tracking my ketosis with a metabolism tracker, and eventually I did a hair mineral tissue analysis. So looking at the last 3 centimeter grown out of your head and checking how is your body with the minerals, and in the mineral consumption that is key ingredient to producing hormones, and hopefully in a good way. And so, from that understanding, or from all these insights, I started to build my own nutritional routine that supports the lifestyle that I live. And so I want to briefly mention, like, the glucose monitor changed tremendously how I look at healthy foods, in which order I eat, how I prepare them, and I can better connect eating something, how my brain works, and how I feel. And now I understand that eating an apple is not always a healthy choice for what I want to do afterwards, because I would always feel hungry after eating an apple. And then I could see, oh, wow, it's a major glucose sugar spike. Now I eat apples covered with peanut butter. It's not that I don't eat apples, I just eat them differently. Or I eat them after my meal. There is amazing hacks out there. Glucose Goddess was really helpful for me to navigate that. Then, with that in mind, I looked into metabolism, and I bought a device that helps measure ketosis. Though I'm not a huge fan of the device, however, it did leave me with major learnings, which were I'm not metabolizing well. I can eat what I want and it's not changing a thing. I later on understood that my liver probably very likely is not metabolizing well, or that my metabolism is really not well, maybe from living vegan for over 10 years, and that it almost needs like a reboost and restart, which I did with a lot of supplementation, a lot of B vitamins, and now also with some traditional Chinese medicines to help bring flow into my body. All of that is while I feel healthy and good. It's to elevate from there, but also, to see these things before they turn into a major illness. So I started taking HCl as well to help betaine HCl. I believe it's what helps you digest better. So I take one of these before I eat any meat or fish, and that also makes a huge difference. So these are kind of my go-to things for the last, about a year ago, major learnings on that level. And now it's all working together. So for example, if I have one day of mackerels and sardines only, which is disgusting to my taste buds, but it is so good to my brain. And the next day I will have a much better ketosis rate, and I will feel even more sharp and grounded and steady. And so this connection between I don't have to like it for it to be really good in my body, it's also something new I'm trying to embrace and to learn. Then I started adding sauna to my well-being and health routine, and I really could not find a lot online on the subject of saunaing as a woman. Usually these videos or text just tackles what to do when you are on your menstruation. That was really not my question. I wanted to know how all the sweating and the loss of minerals impacts my hormonal state. And while I couldn't find anything online, I experienced it very quickly. Basically, let's say the way I would describe it is the minerals that come out, especially magnesium or potassium, in my non-medical way of describing it, that's just what's coming out, I guess. I really needed to supplement these minerals besides all others, but these really became essential as they help with muscle relaxation and anti-cramps. And so to understand that and connect that was really helpful. And saunaing is not working in regards to more is more, but you really need, especially as a woman, I feel there is the invitation to feel for you how sauna changes throughout your cycle. In the follicular phase, you might be, you might endure more heat or stay longer. And then in the luteal phase, you might just not sit as long or not go as often. At least that was what is working for me. Last but not least, I learned about myself in these last 2 years also that sport is not just sport. There is sport that is more ergonomic for your being than other sport, I guess. And while running a marathon, and running was amazing on a social level, on a mindset level, determination, endurance, it was fantastic. After all this learning on nutrition, I feel the amount of carbs that I ate in that time, the amount of sugar spikes that I put my body through, while I didn't know it back then, now I'm like, wow, that was very intense. And that's why for now I'm not looking into extreme running anymore, but rather looking into weightlifting, as there is a correlation between increasing the health span, the longevity, and also how women navigate perimenopause and menopause when they are strong in their body. And to be honest, it feels so exciting to be strong in my body. The ability to hold things, the ability to do push-ups, the ability to hold myself when hanging and swinging, it feels amazing in my body. And sometimes I think, yeah, if the narrative in this world was more so focused on really making women strong rather than keeping them small and princess-like, we would all be healthier, because she would also bring that into the entire family, right? But it's an amazing feeling for me. The more I mature, the more I understand what my body needs. And it's more so now an understanding of functional workout and functional eating, while bringing in joy and pleasure into all of these things. But really, the rewards are exceptional. And I think by now it should be very clear that all of this obviously improves how you show up in your relationship, how you show up for your business, how you show up for life, how you show up for holding anxiety of others, how you show up for what's going on in the world. So yeah, I guess it's, just like love starts with self-love. Self-love also has to do with how much do you love your body, and how curious are you into getting to know the mechanics of your body. So for all these things that I just shared, I'm going to link the website where I share all my longevity tools and favorite links. And go ahead, have a look, get inspired, try out your own things. Tell me, text me, how is it going? How is it improving your life? And what would you like to know more about? I often talk about all the healthy tools and devices that I use. So let me just share one of my favorite and also put the referral link into the show notes. You see me wearing yellow tinted glasses, and I also have other glasses that have filter for blue light in them. I work a lot with my computer. I look a lot at screens. I am often somewhere in buildings where there's a lot of blue light. And so what I do to really help my eyes relax is choose glasses that have a blue light filter. I'm using ZENNI to send me these glasses, and I'm really happy with them. I also recently understood that they have filters that help distract monitoring in regards to, there are now devices coming out that track where your eyes go and, see where you are looking on a website. And so some of these filters work against seeing where your eyes wander and go. Have a look at zenni.com. I have a link in the show notes for more. Thank you.